Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live. My name is Pankaj Mishra. Well, the sealed cover has once again raised eyebrows in the Supreme Court. This time around when the Supreme Court quashed the central government's ban on Malayalam channel Media One News. It has now rejected the Home Ministry's argument for a sealed cover, saying national security argument can't be made by the government out of thin air. To understand the implications of this judgment, we have the legal editor of News9, Ashok Bagaria, with us. Ashok, help us understand what is the case, first of all, and why would the Supreme Court oppose centre's argument?
Well, the case primarily stems from a Ministry of Information and Broadcasting order not giving security clearance to Malayalam news channel Media One. Now, this particular order of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting was challenged by this Malayalam news channel, first in the Kerala High Court and subsequently in the Supreme Court of India. Now, this order is of 31st January 2022. However, the Supreme Court had intervened in March 22 and allowed Media One to continue broadcast, saying that pending the final disposal of the matter, this particular order will not come into effect. Now, finally, today, the Supreme Court has adjudicated on the plea of this Malayalam news channel, which is saying that the order of the central government is not clear, in the sense that the central government has passed a very broad order saying that there are security concerns around the broadcast of Media One news channel, and therefore its license cannot be renewed. Moreover, the central government also made an argument in the Supreme Court of India by saying that there are certain national security concerns as far as this news media channel is concerned, and they wanted to share the details of the intelligence agency's reports with the Supreme Court of India, and they submitted that report in a sealed cover. The Supreme Court even came in on some harsh words for this sealed cover jurisprudence which has been taking grip in the Supreme Court of India and various high courts. But the end of the story is that basically the Supreme Court has quashed the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Ministry's order which refused to renew the license of Media One news channel, and has said that within 4 weeks the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting should pass a fresh order renewing the broadcasting license of Media One.
Right, Ashok. Also, we're talking about sealed cover again. First, it was the Hindenburg expert panel probe report, and then the OROP, where the Supreme Court came down heavily on the centre as far as the sealed cover is concerned. What is this sealed cover, for just for the benefit of our viewers, sealed cover report? And secondly, why does the centre exercise it?
Well, this sealed cover jurisprudence, or this business of giving reports to the courts in sealed cover, is basically something which has been adopted by the courts on their own, and this has this has actually become a regular practice in the last decade or so. This practice actually started some 20 years back, but looking at the regularity with which the central government or state governments are giving reports to the Supreme Court in a sealed envelope, has come under this whole business of passing reports in sealed envelope has come under severe criticism. Now, today, the Supreme Court of India, in this judgment of Media One news channel, which was delivered by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, basically criticized this whole practice of giving reports in sealed envelope. And Chief Justice Chandrachud said that if the government or any agency gives a report in sealed envelope, it basically takes away the opportunity from the person who approaches the court from pleading his case in a fair and free manner. And this practice of giving reports in sealed envelopes is against the principle of open courts and natural justice. So this is not for the first time. Moreover, this is not for the first time that the Supreme Court has come down on this practice adopted by the central government, state governments and various other agencies of the governments, which pass on reports in a sealed envelope to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court today has said that a less restrictive method has to be adopted by the courts, possibly when such reports are given where issues of national security are concerned, then possibly the portions which deal with national security concerns should be redacted or blacked out, but at the same time that report must be shared with the other party so there is fairness in adjudication process.
Right, Ashok Bhagaria there with the nitty-gritties of Supreme Court's order of quashing the central government's ban on Malayalam channel Media One News. Well, it's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned with News 9.